Hello. I am Kate,
I am Jordan,
and we are here tonight to Let's Talk Horror. And you may notice that we have someone missing tonight,
our
which
missing comrade.
which just means that Jordan and I have more room on the couch. So we're here tonight to talk about one of my favorite things is holiday themed horror, but
hmm
and as you may or may not know, there was a big holiday last week and a holiday themed horror to go along with that. And yes, we are talking about Eli Roth's Thanksgiving.
hmm
So we went and saw that
Was it
during Black Friday.
Yeah, we did see it Black Friday, ironically.
Yeah, Black Friday. And as many of you horror fans probably know, originally it was a trailer in the 2007
hmm
Grindhouse double
I
feature.
believe so, yeah.
Yeah, Death Proof and Planet Terror. They had
hmm
all the little fake trailers in the middle, and what was it like? This year there'll be no leftovers.
Something like that.
Yeah, and it only took what
How many years to
16 years or
something
something like
like
that
that?
to come to fruition. But whenever it did, I have to say I was pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, it was definitely worth the wait, that's for sure.
Yeah, so this one really plays into the holiday aspect with the kills. To kind of give you
hmm
a basic plot rundown, last year's Black Friday there was a store massacre, very overblown of like a superstore
Oh yeah,
being.
that's why I never ever go Black Friday shopping.
No, me neither. Me neither. But the scene, the wild crowds, the free waffle iron. The kids are protagonists. Jessica, played by Nell Verloc.
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 hmm
Is and her group of teens get in the store early because her parents own the store, and that kind of ups the chaos. Her friends are egging on some of the action, and it really is a brutal
Very
very
brutally
brutal.
massacred
Yeah,
Black Friday incident.
yeah. So
It exposes the ugliness of us human beings when it comes to Black Friday.
yeah, and also too, I've always had like mobs terrify me.
Like a
Like
big mob of people. Yeah.
yes, like even like huge crowds. Like, and I think it goes back to the Frankie Goes to Hollywood video
Yeah.
where like they start like grabbing him up on stage and
And
like
then when there was the big well there was a I think it was a Who concert when somebody I think two people got trampled to death before the Who
yes,
concert. Yeah.
that that always freaks me out. So this
But
was not on the level of the chimpanzee and Nope anxiety
no.
causing for me, but this opening scene was
It really
pretty
sucked because it has the lovely Gina Gershon in there, and she only lasts maybe about 15 minutes. And spoiler alert,
yes.
sorry, you ought to know by now that we're just going to be spoiling this movie. So if you
Yeah.
haven't seen the films, don't watch our videos yet. Just go see the movie and then watch us. But anyway, it has the lovely Gina Gershon in it, and poor thing gets I don't know I forgot did she get I think she gets trampled to death or something like that.
It was a brutal cart.
Yeah, it was a
Like
cart.
yeah.
Yeah, a cart got like hit her in the head or something like
Yeah,
that.
it's really. I will say one of the things that I thought was awesome about this movie were the practical effects. That
Yeah,
everything is
no
practical.
CGI.
Yeah.
That's what I love about Eli Roth.
Yeah, and they are the kind that make you go,
Yeah,
like you're like,
and they're
ah.
very creative by the way. These were kills that I have actually never seen before.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
the dumpster scene was the one that got me the most.
Yeah, so after this brutal Black Friday massacre, um, the the town of Plymouth, Massachusetts, has never fully recovered. Jessica's
Mm-mm.
dealing with the guilt of that night, because she let her friends in,
Mm-hmm.
and her parents or her dad and stepmom own the store. Well, flash forward to this year's Thanksgiving, and the parents have decided to, despite this horrible tragedy,
They want to reopen it again.
yeah, they're gonna have the same thing. Oh, because it was actually a Black Friday massacre on Thanksgiving because they opened up the store
Right.
for how it just got crazy there, and so yeah, from then on it pretty much unfolds like your typical slasher.
Yeah.
So people that were involved in the Black Friday massacre start getting picked off by the Carver, who's
Yep.
based on John Carver, who was like one of the Plymouth founding fathers.
Yep.
Everybody wears one of his masks, so you never know
And
who it could
what I like
be.
about this one, and some of the when like he like yeah yes he kills people, but for the main reason why he's doing this, he's going to kidnap people to set them up in a live stream, like gory Thanksgiving feast type of thing, like on Instagram or something like that.
Yeah.
And that's what I love about the whole thing. That's actually a pretty good idea, especially in this day when you're using social media and stuff like that to antagonize people. I thought it was really brilliant.
Yeah, it actually worked out, and I've seen it so wrongly used, like in the
Hmm.
newest Texas Chainsaw Massacre, where
Yeah,
they make a play on everybody doing the social media. I think that the social media is very well integrated into the story.
yeah.
Like, it's not
And you
super
got films
hokey
like Unfriend, and Unfriended, or something like
or
that. Hmm.
spree or
Spree,
shit. Yeah,
Host, and
yeah. So, um, yeah, but the kills were
very
great.
creative. Oh yeah, really enjoyed the kills.
To me, this harkened back to like Eli Roth. I've kind of not been impressed with him the last few movies,
Like
but
which ones?
like the Green Inferno, I was not a
Ooh,
fan of the Green
I
Inferno.
love the Green Inferno. It's just way out there.
Yeah, and Knock Knock
Well, hey,
was
David's not here to defend that film, so we can
I
do
know, so I could be like,
that.
no, and David knows that whenever I saw Green Inferno for the first time, which was a couple years ago, um, I had a lot of issues with it. I thought it was, Eli Roth can be very puerile and juvenile in
Hmm.
his humor, and sometimes it works. It did not work for me in Green Inferno. Now,
Yeah.
that being said, I love, love, love Cabin Fever.
Cabin
Um,
Fever, Hostel.
yeah, and whenever I went to see, I probably told you this story. I loved Cabin Fever so much. I still have my DVD from the early 2000s.
Oh wow,
But
nice.
I went to see Hostel in the theater,
I did too.
and yeah, and I went in the same mindset that this is going to be like Cabin Fever. It's going to be gory, but there's going to be humor, and so like I'm like chuckling all throughout Hostel. And
Hmm.
then that was the movie, that was like everything is torture porn now. And I was like, oh my goodness, did I watch the same movie? And
If they want to give the credit to Saul for creating the term torture porn, I disagree with that. I believe Hostel was the first one I think to do that. Plus, it came out before Saul, so
yeah, but I thought Hustle was kind of funny,
yeah,
but I don't think the world was ready for it at the time.
probably so.
Nowadays, and now that we're in the Terrifier and
Oh
everything,
yeah.
that I think it's a little bit less shocking
Mhm.
than
Which is now in pre-production now. Terrifier 3. It's going to be
yes,
Christmas themed, which is going to be
yes,
really interesting. So.
another holiday horror.
What I thought was really cool when we went to go watch Thanksgiving, they were showing trailers of the other classic Thanksgiving films, like
Blood
our favorite Blood Rage,
Rage.
and there was another one called Blood Feast, I think it was
Yeah.
called.
And they had a clip of Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 2.
Hmm. Yep.
We went to the Alamo Draft House, which they have locations all over. We, of course, went to the St. Louis one,
Hmm.
and it's a really fun theater to go
Really fun
to.
theater. I gotta say though, I'm not a fan of the reclining seats in the theater, but because for some reason I was laying back there watching the movie, I kind of start to feel sick for some reason. I don't know, maybe because I was laying down, trying to watch this film the whole time. But I don't know. That's just me.
Yeah. See, and I can't hardly sit still, so I can recline and like actually sit
Yeah, I
there.
kind of had to recline more up front to actually enjoy the film. I was like, this is much better.
But back what I was going with the humor, one thing I really thought that was in Thanksgiving, it was an effective blend of humor and horror.
Hmm.
It was goofy at times, and the whole audience laughed at the appropriate things. And it's like knowingly funny and wink, whenever the killer says, there will be no leftovers. And you're like, yes, they said it. They said it. We're not gonna do my best not to spoil that. Also, as horror fans, I know that you've watched a slasher where you're immediately like within the first. In fact, there's one movie. Um, oh, I'm not going to be able to remember the name of it. Maybe David would, but we were watching it, and I was like, "That person's the killer," and then I promptly fell asleep, and like 5 minutes into the movie, and then turns out I was right. Thanksgiving is not like that.
Mm.
I think they did some good red herrings. They
There was a little
really
bit of humor in it, I'd say. Like I laughed a couple times.
Yeah. Well, look at the dumpster scene.
Yeah. Hmm.
Um, yeah, what is your favorite kill was the dumpster.
Well, one of my favorite kills was actually was the dumpster, but I think the one that got me the most was it kind of went back to Final Destination 3 when the lady is being literally cooked
Yeah.
in that oven. and she like I think it's her torso and legs are being served as the main dish. I'm
Yeah.
thinking that is brilliant.
Yeah. So, and we all cheered when the cat, there's a cat, and the cat makes it out okay. And
Yes.
everybody's like,
No animals were harmed in this film.
yay. So, yeah, I mean, the actors all did a really good job, I thought.
Oh yeah. Oh
It was
yeah.
mostly people I didn't recognize. Patrick Dempsey is in it as as the small town sheriff. There's some familiar Eli Roth people, like the guy that
Yeah.
plays the dad.
Yeah, the guy who
Um,
plays the dad was actually in Hostel. He plays one of the main, I guess, torture workers.
that's right. What was his? I'm
I
going to look up
forgot his name.
his name.
I'm looking at
Is
it right
Rick
now. Rick
Hoffman.
Hoffman, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah, and then like I said, Nell Verlaque does a great job as kind of our final girl, and
Hmm.
her friends are, mostly the jocks and the pop. Like they don't hit all the stereotypes, but there's enough of them, and you get to know them well enough that they're not just
It's really
complete cardboard
it's got
cutouts.
really good character development.
Yeah, for a slasher that runs
Hmm.
like with a 90-minute runtime.
Yeah.
So yeah, it really, like I said, I was pleasantly surprised. I wasn't sure what to expect.
Yeah, I was not either, but I really enjoyed it. I give it, oh gosh. I don't know if there's anything else you wanted to say before we start grading it.
No, actually, no. I was gonna say. I mean, hit all my boxes.
Yeah.
Appropriate, appropriately humorous.
Hmm.
The kills were pretty graphic and gruesome, but to me, and like I'm not a huge fan of the Terrifier films. I've seen them. I'll go see number three,
Hmm.
but um,
They weren't as gory as Terrifier
yeah, there's
style.
just like a level of like meanness to the
Yeah.
art the clowns kills. And while these
Hmm.
were like graphic and kind of gooey, but they were original.
Yeah, they were original and
And the
not too
killer,
savage.
yeah, they weren't they were up
Yes,
satisfyingly
satisfying,
gory.
satisfyingly
Like,
gory.
yes.
Yeah.
And actually I think my favorite practical effect death was actually one that the killer didn't even directly do. That was the one when the driver after the boat.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, like that was the one I was like, oh,
Straight out of Scream 2, which I
yes.
like.
So, I know, I had to shock David because David thought I was going to come back because I haven't really been too impressed with 2023's horror offerings, honestly.
Mhm.
So I think David thought I was going to come back and be like,
This
"That
movie
movie,"
sucks. I
yeah,
hated it.
be
Blah blah
like,
blah.
yeah, be like, why can't I just feel something? But this one was very enjoyable.
It was
So
very well done. Great special effects. Love Eli Roth. Keep doing what you're doing. One of the great directors of this genre, and great cast, good character development, great kills. I give it hell. I give it a B plus. I give it. I say 4 stars.
yeah, I would say 4 out of 5. Is that
Yeah,
yeah?
about four out
I
of
would
five.
say I would say 4 out of 5 too. Honestly,
So
like I said, it was
if you're looking for a good slasher film, especially at this time, I would definitely recommend this one.
yeah. Now it will not eclipse my absolute, and I think I could say your absolute too, favorite Thanksgiving horror movie,
Will always be
Blood
Blood
Rage.
Rage,
That's not
not cranberry
cranberry
sauce.
sauce.
We are hoping one day to get the great Mark Soper to be part of our one of our chats here.
No,
Hopefully, for maybe next year for during Thanksgiving, if we can reach
we
out to
can.
him. And
We might just have to continuously pester
yeah,
him.
we've been emailing him all the time, and man, Mark, answer us for crying out
Yeah.
loud.
Please, we love that movie. It is ridiculous
I
and
know he's
wonderful.
already done one a horror podcast already talking about it. So hopefully by next Thanksgiving we'll finally be able to have him on here. So
Again, we can only hope.
we can only
So,
hope.
but now we've got a great slate of, it's Christmas horror movie season.
Yep.
What's your favorite Christmas horror movie?
Oh God. Oh man. If I had to guess, I don't think I can answer that one quite yet. Maybe I'll. No, I really don't know yet.
I have to say, Christmas, there's just so many offerings for Christmas.
You know what? Black Christmas.
The
I'm gonna
original
say.
Black
I'm gonna
Christmas
say the
is
original
really
Black
great.
Christmas. Yeah, that one
Yeah.
is really good.
As far as like well done holiday horror, I really like that one.
Hmm.
Um, and oh, Rare Exports. That one's just kind of fun.
Hmm.
Um, and then, but I think Silent Night, Deadly Night Part Two, which is just
Yeah,
really bad, and I
that
love
one,
it. I love it.
that one scarred me as a kid.
Oh yeah, I can.
That opening scene
Yeah,
with the Phantom on the side of the
which if you've seen, and you don't even
road.
have to see Silent Night, Deadly Night if you're going to see Silent Night, Deadly Night Part Two, because Silent Night, Deadly Night Part Two just recaps the entire movie with clips
Yeah.
for the first half, and then New Year's Eve
Hmm.
is the next, which my other favorite. So we will be doing a video review because you haven't seen this one yet,
I have
have
not
you?
seen that. Is
No.
it New Year's Evil?
New Year's Evil,
Hmm.
1980 canon film starring Roz Kelly and Kip Nevin and Chris Wallace. And I know this because I have a theatrical poster in my other room. And it has the best opening song and the best theme song, which is New Year's Evil by Shadow. So,
I'm looking forward to seeing it. That's
yes,
for sure.
so stay tuned for this wonderful holiday horror season. But Jordan and I, two-thirds of Let's Talk Horror endorse Thanksgiving, and David probably would too.
I think he would too.
Yeah, we're gonna say he is.
We're gonna show it to him once it's available for streaming, and
Yeah,
I think he'll like it.
yeah, and then he'll have to come and do his own video review
Yeah,
of
he'll have
it
to come and do his
after
own 3.5 hour review of it.
So anyway, thank you all for joining us for this mini episode, and we will see you again soon.
Alrighty, I'm Jordan.
I'm Kate.
Good night.
Bye.